guys, we are here for my weekly what sold video. Thank you for coming to check out my channel. I'm going to tell you what sold for me this past week on Depop, Mercari, Poshmark, and eBay. This should help you to see what's currently selling for me, help you know what to pick up at the thrift store, what brands and tags to look for. Before we get into this, I'm going to talk about the company that I use for my Poshmark automation, and that is PrimeLister. This is a tool that I use to make more money in my business. It saves me time and helps do all of the tasks that I don't want to do. So you can see here, this is the activity that my PrimeLister has done for me today. It's shared my items. It has offers to likers and return shares and return follows. You can do any of these features. If you want to, you can do relists, price updates, party shares. I typically will do the price updates every first Friday of the month. I will drop my items by 10%. And I will go ahead and use that feature for the closet clear out. It always produces sales for me. So you can really easily go to your listings. You can do different filters. So you can do categories if you want, and you can do minimum listing age or number of likes. I do listing age for that tactic. I do 30 days or more, and I will drop the price, and then I can just bulk select within seconds and just drop the price in them, and then that notifies all of my buyers. So lots of different automations that you can use here to make more money with your Poshmark business. You should not be doing this yourself. When I first started Poshmark, I was doing all of this by hand. I was spending hours and hours on my phone every single day. This is super easy and way better. So go ahead and use that link down below in the description, or it will be pinned on the top of the comments to save on your first month, and let me know if you have any questions. Okay, let's get into the sales. I will start with Depop. So this is going to be from February 28th to March 6th. I had a few Depop sales, as you can see. So that's amazing. First up was this Zarina shirt. This sold for $22.68. Did it? It sold for $24.20. Let me move myself over here so I can click this. So this is a brand that is actually decently expensive. It doesn't all, okay, maybe I shouldn't move myself there. It doesn't always do amazing. It kind of sits for sometimes, but this one wasn't extra small. Maybe that was why. It also had a small spot, so that probably could have been a reason. 100% cotton. I would still pick this up again just because I like selling the brand. Next up, I sold these bundle of 2 items. So people can do bundles. They just bundled them together and they went ahead and paid for them. So they paid $35 for these Vionics. They were in a size 5. They were a leather like crisscross ballet type flat. And then they paid $60 for these Xero, X-E-R-O shoes. This is a barefoot hiking brand. I would definitely be on the lookout for it. These ones were blue and it spells it out right there. So I did see these behind my counter at my local thrift world. So apparently they know about them. Maybe from me, maybe from someone else. Okay, next we have a pair of pants. These sold for $44.20. These are a pair of Lululemon Dance Studio pants. I just picked these up and they sold extremely quickly. They were in a size 6. They were a newer style and they were black. So all features that made it pretty desirable. I was happy about that. I sold this Honey Love bra for $30. Honey Love is a good bolo brand you can be on the lookout for. Here's what the little logo looks for. This one was in a size large. And I also sold a Bowden dress. This sold for $25.60. This was a long sleeve floral maxi dress. Very pretty. Comps really weren't much higher than 30 to 35. I am accepting almost all offers. It's also an older, this is an older tag. I did pick up something today with a newer Bowden tag, so I'll be sure to show you guys that in an upcoming video. But I was still happy with that. And then the last thing I sold, wait, that was today. So we are not going to talk about that. Let's move on to Mercari. Mercari, we had a few sales. This person still has not rated this Ted Baker dress, and I sold this a couple weeks ago. Okay, first up, we have these double H boots. These are a pair of men's black leather harness boots. The harness boot has like this ring right here, and then it has all these straps that connect to it. That's what a harness boot is. It is a good keyword. These are pretty beat up, as you can see in the toe. They still sold for $54 plus shipping. So yeah, even if it's a really good quality, they can be worn and beat and people will still buy them. Next up is this brand I've never heard of. It's Bellambra. I don't know. It was new with tags, made in Italy, 100% linen and plus size. So that's why I decided to pick it up. It sold for $24. I was happy with that being basically a no brand dress. Next up is this Sean John blazer, which I never pick up this brand, but this was new with tags. So this is a like big and tall company for men's. This sold for $36. Plus it's seersucker. So seersucker is that like pattern like that really thin stripe, and that's really popular for spring summer. So that was a nice quick flip. I also sold, I already talked about the Disney Parks jacket. They just haven't rated me yet. And then this morning, that's this morning. So we're not talking about that either. Okay, let's move on to Poshmark. We're going to filter the 28th through the 6th and go ahead and talk about some of these Poshmark sales. This is the brand Lamb, which is Gwen Stefani's brand. It can sell well in certain things. This purse sold for $80, but keep in mind I've had this for 6 to 9 months, probably closer to 9 months. So has to be a very certain type of buyer to have this loud or like certain design purse. It did get marked down a few times. Some of them have sold for a lot more, but I went ahead and just accepted an offer of $80 since I had it for so long. So still a Bolo brand, I would say for sure. Next up is a pair of mother jeans. This style does excellent. I've sold it twice now. I think once for $75, once for $90 now. This is the Runaway Step Fray. So definitely keep on the lookout for mother jeans. This is what they look like on the bottom. And it'll have the style right here. And then this was the color, Leaps and Bounds. So huge bolo with the mother jeans in that certain style. Next up are these Rock Revival capris. I sold 2 Rock Revival capris this week. So I would pick those up if they're cheap enough. This one sold for $31. They were in a size 32. I think that helps as well. In the larger size, these were the Jen capri. So that was nice. I sold this Coach purse for $16. This is an old white kind of beat pleated purse. It's not in the best condition. So I listed it really cheap and it sold for $16. Next up is this Faherty dress. I got this new with tags at a Style Encore. I think I paid $25, maybe. It was a navy blue jersey polo dress. Really cute, kind of preppy sailing style. That's the kind of vibes it gave me. I really like selling Faherty. A lot of it sells really well for me still. Another Coach item. This is just a little wristlet. This is definitely an older style, but kind of Y2K. So sold for $15. You can't get a ton for these, but if you see them, and I mean, this one was even a little bit dirty. If it was cleaner, I probably could have got more money for it. Next up are these Prada shoes. These sold for $100. I got these off of a clearance section in a consignment store. I think I paid around $20 to $25 on these. They were the America Cup sneakers. They had a couple of scuffs on that patent leather. People have been giving me tips for getting scuffs off patent leather, and it does not work for me. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I just went ahead and sold them as is. These Madewell pants sold really fast. These were a pair of green, lightweight, like track pants. I could not find a stock photo for these or a style anywhere, and I know what I'm doing with this. So I put in the style number right here, NJ143, didn't pull them up. I did a Google search, didn't pull anything up. I did my keyword search, Madewell, green, windbreaker pants, track pants, lightweight pants, nothing. So I just did my own keywords and pictures, and I mean, they sold really fast for $20, which is kind of what I expected for Madewell, like lightweight pants. Next up are these Dansko shoes that sold for $35. These are in a size 40. They were the silver antique, like applique, tooled leather clogs. I will still be getting these classic Dansko styles. I look for wear in the toe right here, and then on these parts of the shoe. If those are good, I will still get them, and they still sell pretty well for me. I sold these Hoka shoes for $24. I have had these for a little while. They're women's size 8.5. They were the Asaka running shoes, so nothing like too special or like really cute about them. They had a decent amount of wear and tread, like a lot of tread on the bottom, so that's why they sold for cheaper. Next up was this vintage Disney shirt that I had to get because I'm obsessed with vintage Disney. This is a men's Tigger shirt. It did sell pretty quickly for $20, so I'm happy with that. Walt Disney World. Here's the vintage tag. I'm going in let me just check my countdown. I'm going so soon, and I'm so excited because it's going to be amazing. I'm taking my mom for a couple days, and then, upgrade your app. And then my sister, my niece, and my daughter. So our countdown is 26 days, guys. We have 26 days till I am in Florida. So praise. 20 bucks in that shirt. Happy with that. Another pair of Danskos. These ones sold for $25. These ones were the black, matte black, so it's not like a patent leather. Professional clogs. These ones did have a little scuff on here. I know I say usually look for ones that don't. I don't know. I must have missed that. So $25 in those. I sold some Judy blue shorts for $17. These were even new with tags. I think I've had these since last summer. They were in a size 1X, which I felt like that should make them better. But maybe with this little like rainbow paint splatter wasn't like the best style that everybody wanted. So whatever. Next up is this Lululemon tank top that sold for $35. This was called the Invigorate tank top, and it was new with tags. Otherwise, although it was a newer style, but still, most tank tops don't sell that amazing for me. Size 8. I actually gave one of these, similar one to Grace, and she likes it. I like that it has a high neck. So anyway, that sold quickly. Next up are these Dansko shoes. These got a lot of attention on Depop. A lot of my Danskos get attention on Depop, but they are very, very cute. They're a size 8, and they were this like Mary Jane style with this like embroidery in the top of the toe. So $29 on those. I sold these REI co-op pants really fast for $20. You either remember seeing these in a haul or you're going to see them coming up. My haul videos are getting spread out because I'm filming stuff as I get it home, and I am preloading videos into my YouTube because I want to be almost like an eBay draft bank. I want to have a YouTube draft bank so that if something happens, I still have videos coming out. So anyway, I paid $4 for these. The REI co-op does seem to do better for me than like just the regular REI. So super quick sale for 20 bucks. Next up was this Ralph Lauren sport dress that sold for only 10. I've had this since last summer. So definitely time for it to go. That's why it's marked down to $10 because I've had it for so long. So another sale that I've had for a while, some Spanx jeans in a size medium. These are black skinny jeans. Would not recommend. I don't need to show you the tags probably. Although I will tell you, check my Instagram. There's a new Spanx tag, and I've never seen it anywhere else. I've never seen anybody talk about it, but I just saw it recently. I found it at the thrift store, and so make sure you guys know to be on the lookout for that. Next up is this Anthropologie cardigan sweater that sold for $40 pretty quickly. It was very cool. It was this one size fringe kimono, kind of like a longer duster length, very heavy, thick knit. So $40 on that. That was great. I sold this Tory Burch sweater. You guys did tell me to sell this myself and not consign it. It was the newer Tory Burch tag, which looks like this instead of that orange one. Kind of a weird style like this, so I'm glad I found a model photo. Sold for 30 bucks. Could I have gotten more? Possibly, but I don't like to hold on to things forever, and Tory Burch clothing doesn't sell amazing for me. Next up are these Democracy jeans that sold for 13. Somebody else bought these, returned them for fit. I listed them for 15. They sold right away for $13. So if you're like a lower end seller or you get things really cheap at the bins, it seems like a lot of them do sell around that $15 like mark, at least in certain sizes. And then the last thing I sold was this Smartwool sweater for 20 bucks. This was in a size extra small. It was the ethnographic merino sweater. This exact style doesn't go for a ton, plus it was an extra small, but it was a pretty quick sale. So that's it for Poshmark. Let's go on to eBay. We are going to go the 6th. Okay, yeah. So we sold this J. Crew sweater. If you remember seeing this before, you did. It got returned. I opened it up to double check it to make sure that's what it was. Relisted it, sold next day for full asking price. With a coupon, I am doing a 10% coupon now. You can see right here, since I am listing at market instead of listing above market. And it's still been going pretty good, I feel like. Next up was this Madewell sweater. This sweater had like 75 likes on Depop, but no one was buying it over there. It was an extra, extra large brown. It was the Ashmont cable knit sweater in a plus size. Oh, I said extra, extra large. $26 on that. Oh, I'm like, what is that noise? It's Ellie and her toy. Next up is a McDougal dress. This sold for $70 with a coupon. Iena for McDougal, it still sells really well, so I would pick that up. It had these really fun, big tulle sleeves. Now, I have to be honest, this dress felt extremely cheap. It was literally just polyester, I think. But the McDougal name will sell it, so definitely a bolo. I sold these Spanx leggings for $17. These were a pair of size medium, and they were this green liquid knit, so like a very, very shiny. I've done decent with these in the past, but maybe a larger size, but also maybe this style just doesn't do that well anymore because I have had those for a while. Next up is a Sophie Dehors shirt. $25 on this, just a basic white top, 100% cotton. This brand is expensive. I would still pick it up, but I don't know. That was just nothing special. Next up was this Masook cardigan that sold for $34.20. This was a red jacket or sweater, blazer. It wasn't a size 0X, so that was a good sale. I sold these men's Ariat boots really quickly for $40 with a coupon. These were in a size 8.5. Sometimes I can get more money for them, but since these ones kind of had some wear, and check out the inside there, so really worn out. I did mention that and told them that they might need to get their own insoles, but they sold super fast. Here's the other pair of Rock Revival capris. These ones sold for $24. These ones were in a size 32 as well, so that bigger size with the capris is a quick sale right now. I sold these Viore pants for $30 with a coupon. These are the ripstop pants, women's size small. This is right around what they're going for. They're not going for a ton, but if you price them right, they should still sell pretty quickly. We will see. There's going to be a day where Viore is completely oversaturated, but for now, it's still a great brand. This sold really fast, and it had multiple interest on all my platforms right away. The brand is Harley of Scotland. It was 100% pure new wool men's sweater. I did decide to sell this myself, and it sold for $41. Next up was an Essentials Fear of God hoodie that sold for $56 with a coupon. This was in the women's section of the thrift store, size medium, although they can be unisex, but I listed it under men's. It was authentic, so that was a nice quick sale. Next up are these Madewell loafers. These sold for $42 with a coupon. Madewell, I do like selling their bags and shoes, and certain things like maybe some coats. That sweater was pretty decent, but these were really nice condition black leather loafers, size 7. Next up was an icebreaker shirt that sold for $27. This was a gray 200 merino wool long sleeve, kind of like a base layer top. So that was nice. This was so cute, and I'm so glad I picked it up. A Baby Gap romper. I got this at the Goodwill. I don't look through the baby section, but it was just right on the end. Either that or it was on the new rack. So it was 6 to 12 months. It was 100% linen. It was new with tags, and it had these really cute little bunnies on it. And I'm like, this is perfect for Easter, so it was a great time for me to find it. It sold really fast for $30. Next up was this Brunello Cucinelli sweater that sold for $75. This was a cashmere sweater in a size small. So nice designer brand there. Definitely a bolo. Next up are these Schutz sandals or heels. These sold for $34 with a coupon, size 8. These were new. Orange, colorful, really fun. I don't pick up that brand a ton, but this is kind of annoying because I had these listed for $48, these Spanx, and the buyer kept going back and forth with me, asking me all these questions, asking me to go cheaper. I was like, I don't want to go any lower than 25 or 35. So then she says, okay, well, it won't let me counter offer that or something. And so I'm like, whatever, I'll just lower the price to 35. And then she used a coupon, and I'm like, no, I should have put it at 38. So I could have been a huge jerk and been like, hey, I said I didn't want to go any lower than 35. And like canceled it, but I'm like, okay, whatever. It's like a couple bucks. So slightly annoying, but these are extra small petite, but they're flare and they're new with tags. So that's why I was able to sell them a little bit better. So yeah. Next up is a Free People sweater that sold for $20. Just a oversized chunky knit sweater. Comps on this weren't amazing, so I did price it lower and it did sell really quickly. Next up was this Johnny Was top that sold for $35. This was a butterfly top in a size extra small. So larger size might have done a little bit better, but still really cute and a nice brand to be on the lookout for. And here's the soft surroundings top that sold for $18. Trying this out, I got this actually a while ago, obviously, because it was marked down to $18. It was beaded, really colorful, cute, size medium still. Took quite a while, so I don't know. Maybe it needs to be a larger size. This is a pair of Spanx pants that sold for $22. These were in a size 2X. They were a black pull-on, like just a straight leg pant, and they were crop. If they would have been full length or wide leg, they would have sold better. Next up is this Rami Brook dress. This sold for $50. I've had this for a really long time. This is new with tags. I think I sourced this off of ThredUp. It retailed for $545. And I had this since last summer. So thank goodness that finally sold. Next up, Alex Evening's dress sold for $41. This was in a size 12. It was a navy blue sleeveless cowl neck dress. So I like to pick this up kind of in the larger sizes, like a 12 and up. I'm trying to see if I can make it with my water. I have a dry throat. This April, you know what? I'm just going to leave and go get a drink. You guys won't care if it's just a couple seconds. I'm not going to edit it out. So have fun looking at my wall. Just do something for a second and I'll be right back. I got my Fantasmic cup that I got at Disney when I went with my husband. Or Fantasia, I should say. It's so cute. Okay. April Cornell tunic sold really fast for $28.80. This was blue printed, size large. Here's what the tag looks like. I really like selling this brand in dresses especially. Next up was this Coach purse that sold really fast for $85. I think I paid $25 or $30 for this at a consignment store. Like a gunmetal gray almost, like new condition. It was the Eddie or Edie purse, so yay on that. This is a Silverado men's blazer. I've already sold this. It got returned. I sold it again. I guess kind of like this older Western brand. It was also wool, and then it kind of had an Aztec design, so that made it more valuable. I might have to edit myself out because I feel like I'm going to have a coughing fit. Let me see if I can just take a drink of water. We're on March 1st. We only have to go to the 28th. Let's see if we can do this. Keen sandals, men's, size 11. These are the Clearwater CNX. Pretty good condition on these. Sold for $24. Okay, I'm going to have to edit it out. I know there's been times before that I forgot to edit it out. So anyway, we did it that time after the Keen sandals. Okay. Lululemon pants sold for $39.60. These were in a size 4. They were definitely a newer style. They had the logo on like the top left, and they were just a pair of like brown pull-on, a little bit of a boot cut or flare pants. So really cute there. I sold this tank top for $21 with a coupon. This was a green Swiftly Tech. So Swiftly Techs have this logo, the really big Lululemon logo on the front like that. They're on short sleeves, long sleeves, and tank tops. So I get them in mostly everything, although the tank tops don't do as well, obviously. Next up are these Current Elliott Hatch maternity jeans. I've already sold these once. They got returned. I sold them again, but they did take a really long time. So I don't know if I would get these anymore unless they were a better style, like a boot cut or flare, a wide leg or something like that. Next up is this brand Kunkies. I don't know. It's kind of like a lag-and look art to wear brand. This was in a size large. It had this heart print on the front, and it sold for $26. I sold this vintage Abercrombie hoodie for $30 with a coupon. This sold really fast. So I have heard from Kaylee Elaine, I think, that the vintage Abercrombie and American Eagle sweatshirts with the big spell outs can do well. And she was right because it sold really fast. Eileen Fisher sweater. 1X. This sold for $30 with a 10% coupon. It was 56% linen, 44 cotton. Tiny hole in the back of the neck. Still sold extremely quickly. Next up was this Johnny Was top. This sold for $65. This was new, size extra large, 100% cotton, very colorful. It was the Rainbow Field popover, so I was happy with that sale. And then I sold this Eileen Fisher dress. This was in a size medium, but it was a silk dress, so even though it was a smaller size, it had good material going for it. Next up are these Ariat jeans. These were a women's size 27. They sold for $27. That's about what I'm getting for them these days. Nothing special with those. Just a good bread and butter. This is a new brand I've never sold, Hot Chocolate. It also said Riot Granny on the front. They looked like needlepoint art. It had a skull, snake, roses, bugs. Very interesting. They sold for $45 with a coupon, so that was amazing. Next up was this Acris Punto sweater. This is my last sale. This sold for $30. This was a cardigan sweater, a wool cashmere with a little hole. If it didn't have a hole, Maybe could have got more, still maybe could have got more, but I like a quick flip, so I went ahead and accepted that offer. So let me tell you about my numbers, and then I'm going to get this video up. Sorry that it's a little bit late. I woke up this morning, my laptop, what is it at now? It's at 46%. It was at 14% this morning, and so talked to somebody with Apple support, took it in somewhere. He said basically my battery needs to be replaced because it was in the charger all night. So I have an appointment, 5 to 7 days. He's going to get the parts, take it in. Hopefully it'll just be something extremely quick because I use my computer for everything for work. But anyway, so I'm filming the video now at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday. So sorry, a little late. Numbers, Depop. This is all profit. This is after fees. This is after cost of goods. $158.94. Mercari, I made $80.25. eBay, $769.19. Poshmark, $460.84. Total profit for the week, $1,469.22. That's a profit of $209.88 per day. I'm pretty happy with that. I hope this week is good. I've already made some good sales today, but I've also had a return request opened, so that's slightly depressing, but that's okay. Hopefully you guys have a good weekend. I will be back Sunday with a Thrift with Me video. Lots of good stuff to show you there, so make sure you come back for that, and I'll see you guys then.